We have made it to the top of the tower. Who could the Oni of the 100th floor be? It should literally just say Shuten Doji, but let's go have a chat with her. Oh, cool. Looks like it's just assassins. Shuten possibly with assassins or possibly alone. Whoops. Want casters to fight them. All right, Ilya, I believe we have all of the servants we need. Like, Ilya alone ought to be more than enough here, but we'll bring others. Just to make life easier. All right, let's go. Oops. We'll bring a damaged outfit too. It's time to bend Shuten over. As in, make her do a dogeza and apologize. Jeez. Get your mind out of the gutter.
This talk of a welcome party was merely a pretense for hiring all those guards, wasn't it? Your true goal was to drag me down the path of the Oni as well, was it not, Shuten Doji? Aww, you finally made it here, and that's the first thing you have to say to me. I guess patience isn't your strong suit, is it? Look, even our young master's at a loss for words. And drag you down? That's hardly how I'd put it. A little unfair, really, don't you think? Wait. Has no one said it? Really? After all this time? Maybe they were just being polite, as terribly obvious as it is. Oh well, if no one else will say it, I guess that means I have to. Sweetie, you are an Oni. No, I am not. I have lived and died as a human. I am no Oni. I'm not. That's the best you've got? For all you know, Ibaraki and I could have died living among humans too. I mean, how can anyone ever really know what someone else is thinking or how they live their life?
Enough of your sophistry. Nothing you say or do now will make any difference.
Did you somehow think that showing me all the heroic spirits forced to play Setsubun Oni in this tower would convince me that Oni were in actuality wonderful creatures?
Yeah, that probably wouldn't happen. I hope.
Master is right. The very notion is absurd, preposterous. If this is some manner of jest, it's far from amusing. Your actions here might have endangered the whole world. And for what? Some misguided attempt to convince me that we're somehow alike? This has gone on long enough. This abomination of a tower cannot be allowed to exist. Get rid of it at once, Shuten Doji. Otherwise... Otherwise what? You wouldn't really kill a fellow Oni, would you, sweetie? I told you, I am not. Well, you could have fooled us. You smell like an Oni, you've got horns like an Oni, and you pack way more power in those scrawny arms than any human ever could. Oh, and I almost forgot. You even use fire, right? I can tell how strong you are just by looking at you. You do understand that real humans can't just rip another person's head off with their bare hands, don't you? See? You can't even say that you'd never do that. I can see that lying isn't really your thing. There's an Oni inside you. I can tell that deep down, you're one of us, sweetie. That's all there is to it. But even now you refuse to admit it. You just won't accept who you really are. And you know, if I'm being really honest about it, It kind of disgusts me. Would you just pick a side already? I...
Shuten.
I know. Why don't we get some audience participation? We'll ask the master who summoned you. What about it, Danahan? What do you think she is? Master.
When she answered my summon, I knew. That she was the one who answered my call.
Huh?
That's all I can say. I didn't summon her thinking she would, or even should, be human or Oni. All I can really say for sure when I summon someone is that I'm grateful they come. Even if I don't yet know their name, I know they responded to my call for help. I'll always be grateful for that.
Master.
That goes for you and Ibaraki as well, Shuten.
So you're just grateful to anyone you summon, are you? Anything goes, huh? Master, you are always good for a laugh. Yes, that's right. I am me. I remember now. I remember the joy of being accepted for who I am. The joy of running into battle alongside powerful allies. I have not felt those joys in a long time, but it is wonderful to experience them yet again. And more than that, there's something else I remember now. That right now, before anything else, I am Master's servant. I could not be more fortunate to have a master who accepts me as I am. I consider his wishes to be my own. Whatever he asks of me, I will happily oblige. Now, Master, what is your command?
It's time to rein Shuten Doji back in.
As you wish. This will most likely be my last mission as Shogun Setsubun. If I should be reduced to ash in its undertaking, then so be it. I shall use this newly rediscovered joy to stoke the fires of my loyalty, and bring them down upon your head.
Ooh, she ascended.
Ooh. Now you look more like an Oni than ever before. Good thing there are no children around. One look at you and they'd run away screaming. And that means that with just a little more of a push from me, you'll truly be a real Oni.
Just one more push. I mean, it's nice and all for Master to take the neutral side and be like, it doesn't matter to me. Whether you're an Oni or a human, I appreciate you. That's great. But he didn't answer the question of, does he think she's an Oni? And to answer that question, of fucking course she is. Look at her. Well, you can't see her right now, but she has big ol' horns. Big ol' flaming horns. Oh, the charms. The charms!
面倒やさかいまとめて泥かしたろか。選手番号じゃないか。あれ
Ooh, all them seals. MP strength down. Ooh, this fight could actually be annoying. Probably should have brought a healer, huh? Well, hindsight is 2020.
任せろ。ほや。シュナイデン。痛いのが好きかい。そうだ。
Them crits.
任せなさい。よくってよ。お任せあれ。理解した。理解した。お任せあれ。私は任せぽい。筋系、神経系、血管系、リンパ系、疑似魔術回路変換完了。これが私のすべて。クインテッドファイヤー。
That was a fair bit of damage. Imagine if we didn't have those attack downs and NP damage downs. What's her break bar skill gonna be? That's an awful low amount of health. Resistance to all attacks for 5 turns. This must be pretty good damage resist then, if it's that tiny amount of health. Oh, that's pretty okay damage still. That's not too bad. It's not insurmountable. Piggy Shuten. More Piggy Shuten. Well done, Kirke. Chad, I told you Kirke is really good. Nothing like preventing the enemy from doing things for 2 turns in a row.
Oh, this doesn't look too good. But it'd be so dull if I went out here and now, so... Up! Shuten's running away. She just leaped through the window and appears to be climbing even higher. Oh, and just so you all know, the exhaustion's gonna hit you the hardest up on the roof. So you may want to be careful not to send anyone up there unless you're really sure they can take it.
It seems that I must be the one to stop her myself.
In that case, it seems that I must be the one to go after her, since I'm the least susceptible. My apologies, Master, but it's bound to be unstable up there, so I cannot bring you with me. Please, wait here until I return.
Just don't be too hard on her, okay?
Worry not, Master. Just leave everything to me.
Unstable, that's right, I said it.
ついに100回踏破です。感服いたしました。マスター、それにサーバントの皆様、お見事にございます。
Alright, let's hit the epilogue, the Burning Oni Pagoda. Loading. Oh boy, we may have to relaunch the game because it seems to be exploding. Let's do that, shall we? Oh man. This event has been a whole lot of errors. Lots of instability. Lots and lots of instability this event. Sorry about that, everybody. Let's get back in there for the epilogue. The Burning Oni Pagoda.
When I found her, she was lying on the roof, gazing up at the sky, a cup of wine raised to her lips. Hmm? Ah, there you are. I had a feeling you'd be the only one showing up. Spare me your feigned surprise. This is exactly as you planned. Right. Sorry. I've had so much to drink, it's gone to my head a little. It seemed the alcoholic fumes were so thick that we were completely cut off from Caldia. So since it was just the two of us, I decided that if I was ever going to ask her, it had to be now. There's another reason that you made this tower, isn't there? If all you truly wanted was to ask me whether I was an Oni or not, you would never have made it so tall. That's far too complex an endeavor for such a simple goal. It may make sense in the abstract, but I cannot believe that you ever pursued it in earnest. So of course I would expect that your true intentions lie elsewhere. You're thinking way too hard about this. I'm just an Oni who loves to drink. You can't expect me to go around taking everything seriously, sweetie. But if you really insist, I guess I might have thought it'd be fun to do something big for Setsubun. I really was trying to get you to admit to your own nature by making this tower and having a bit of fun while I was at it. But it wouldn't have been much fun if you were the only one making your way up. So I thought that if we make it a big Setsubun festival out of it, we could all have more fun. I see. Does that have anything to do with the man you prevented from climbing? Oh, you're a lot sharper than you look. I am a shogun, after all. It's part of my job to keep a close eye on everyone's condition. But you're still wrong. This time around, if me and that brat had faced off, we'd only end up killing each other. That's just how things are. I mean, that's fun in its own right, but I'm having so much more fun being Master's servant right now. So keeping him on the ground was basically me saying, we don't have to do this now, okay? I've no idea if that's how he took it, though. Back when I was just beginning to make my way up the tower, I thought that it made sense to speak with the people who would understand what was happening there. And of course, he was one of those people. Reflecting on those conversations, I suspect he knew Shutendoji's true intentions. Of course he did. How strange. They were opposites in every way, predisposed to try and kill each other whenever they got the chance. And yet, this Oni and that human understand each other better than anyone else. Yes, I see now that their relationship is, in its own way, just as valid as any other. Hey, while we're drinking together and all, tell me something else. Do you know anything about your ancestors? Any story passed down or anything? I do not. Both of my parents and my grandparents alike were shocked when I was born looking like this. Gotcha. Well then, I guess all we can say for sure is that one of your ancestors must have gotten real friendly with an Oni somewhere way back. I wonder what happened to them. Did the Oni just eat the human, or did they find a way to make that work? I cannot say. Nobody can say for certain whether humans and Oni were ever able to coexist peacefully. I guess you're right. How embarrassing. I really should know better than ask dumb questions I already know the answer to. Just forget about it. Oh, that's just great. Now I'm all out of my best wine. She stretched out dejectedly and got onto her feet. For a fleeting moment, she seemed to put her usual carefree attitude aside and let herself just be herself. It was then that I had a thought. A wild, baseless, unfounded thought. I wondered if perhaps her true objective in building this tower might not have been those last moments we spent together. Up on that roof, she wouldn't have to worry about anyone else interrupting us or overhearing what we had to say. A safe haven for an Oni, and the one who invited to join her. Perhaps that was what she truly needed. A place where she could be herself, and someone who would join her there. That way, no one else would ever learn about the question she asked. Or that she even cared enough to ask in the first place. No, that couldn't be right. I must have simply just been imagining things. Right, An Oni like her would never be interested in coexisting with humans after all. So, what are you going to do about me anyway? For a while there, I thought that you were just going to cut my head off before I finished my drink. I will never be an ally to an Oni, but neither will I be your enemy, or cut you down where you stand. Right now, I am Guda Dono's servant, just as you are. You know, you do still kind of disgust me, but since I lost the fight, I guess I don't really have a leg to stand on. Still, I should let you know, someday you're gonna have to pick a side whether you want to or not. I refuse to let this strong alcohol get the better of me. I must exterminate the past while I still have good cause. Well, that's just great. I guess that overprotective cow isn't gonna stop until she claws her way all the way up here. I gotta say, I am kind of impressed. Oh, hey, Baraki. I didn't know that you were still here. I am. I was biding my time on the 90th floor's outer wall when the cow's bloodlust drove me up to the roof. We should have known Raiko would eventually make her way here, so is it now a good time to end all of this? I mean, we can kill her, or we can run away, but whichever it's gonna be, we need to do so now. You're right. You know, it's been such a fun day that I'm exhausted. Let's get out of here. Understood. Hang on tight. Wait, you need to destroy this tower before you go. Alright. Don't worry, I've already taken out my magical core. All you have to do is demolish the tower like normal and it should disappear on its own. After that, go ahead and do whatever you want for all I care. Oh, you're here too, huh? You've got even bigger Oni horns now, and you're wielding fire just like I do. Hey, wait, you're pretending to be mad at me just to get candy from the green one, aren't you? How dare you! Never mind all that. Let's just get out while the getting's good. Alright, if you say so, Shuten. You may be a Fire Oni too, but don't forget that you'll never be on my level. I've got way more experience in awesome tales of my exploits, so you better come pay your respects later. Well, see you around. Maybe we can share a drink together again if the opportunity presents itself. I doubt that. Let's just say that I have no tolerance for alcohol whatsoever. Now then. Raiko Dono, Master, if you can hear me, then know that I have driven the two Oni away. I will complete our mission by demolishing this tower, so everyone please make your escape as soon as possible. Master and Raiko Dono responded swiftly, neither wasting any time in making the correct decision. But they no doubt needed time to complete their evacuation. There was no need for me to rush. I steadied my breath, and I slowly reached for my quiver. Hey, Shuten. I didn't really learn anything from all this. Not that I have any regrets. There's just something I want to ask you. Are you sure that we aren't gonna get in trouble when we get back to Caldia? What if it ends up being Mount Oe all over again? Well, the tower's time is already up anyway. They'll probably call it even if we say we're sorry and tell them we just did it to welcome the new girl. Especially since we didn't bother any ordinary humans this time. That's true. Since there were so many other good things to eat, I didn't take so much as a finger. Still, aren't you sad the tower you worked so hard to build is getting destroyed? What a waste. Oh no, it's fine. I figured that things were gonna end this way when I made it. That's why I called this tower the Oni Pagoda, one that was made by an Oni and meant to be burned down by one. Still, setting fire to a building so soaked in alcohol fumes is probably going to create a raging inferno. But they can't hold me responsible for that, right? As I narrowed my eyes and turned my gaze upward to the blazing sunlight piercing the heavens, I could have sworn I heard a familiar voice whispering in my head. You certainly are a strong one, aren't you? I like that. I like that very much. Oni blood? What of it? You, are you not? And that's when it hit me. Neither of them chose. Not my current master, and not Yoshinaka-sama. So I shall do the same. I choose not to choose. I'm neither Oni nor human. No, I am just... As I drew my bowstrings, I thought about Oni, and about humans. Peering down the tip of my arrow, I saw the midday sun lying behind it. It may not have been the morning sun, but it still reminded me of him. Would my arrow reach it if I fired now? Who knew? What I did know is that if I were to wish with all of my heart that it would, and it succeeded, his soul would surely be at peace. With that in mind, I chanted with all my heart. On Arorikya Soaka! No matter how I squinted my eyes, I could never look directly upon its light. All I could do was let loose my arrow, taking it with my love for him, knowing with certainty that my beloved lay in the direction it flew. However, I knew that sadly, it would never reach him, no matter what. Which was why, of course, it came back to me. As its piercing glimmer drew near, I saw all manner of things. I was, in essence, dreaming. I dreamed of the long life I once lived, solitary and alone, of dying together on the battlefield, a fate that never came to pass, and of parting ways with the battlefield and living a long, long life happy together. Ah, if only I could have lived out the rest of my days by his side. Would I have remained human if that had come to pass? Or would I have eventually succumbed? In the end, that too was but a meaningless dream. I was me at that moment, in that place, no more, no less. As much as I still loved him, he was part of my past, and there he must remain. Indeed, even if I were to lay my hands on the omnipotent wish-granter known as the Holy Grail, and could receive anything I asked for, I would not wish for anything at all. Up until that very moment, I had wished fervently for nothing more than for my beloved to rest in peace. That much was certain. I had wished as greedily as an Oni, and as modestly as a human. Funny that. I didn't even have to think about it. I had always been an Oni, and a human. I leaped off the tiles and began to fall through the air. Soon after, the arrow I had loosed earlier came back down to pierce the spot where I had stood. And from there...
That was loud. Bokoom!
Anna, I thought that it would be a fun change of pace to try drinking in the rec room, but look who's already here. It's nice to see you two getting along so well.
Hey ya!
Good timing. At this moment, I could use all the help I can get. Please, right this way. What are you up to? Are you plotting to ambush me? I've been waiting all this time for you to come and pay your respects, and now you invite me to... I only resort to violence when there's no alternative. Here, consider this in advance. This is Azuki Bean Daifuku. It tastes just as sweet as I remember. As I told you, I could use all the help I can get. Now please, come here and take this controller. I'm currently engaged in a 3-on-3 team battle against Osakabe Himedono. I let the CPU fill in for our missing team member, but I see now that the more allies I have to whom I can give orders freely, the greater my chances of victory. It's fortunate that Master happened to show up when he did, but I could still use another player. And why should I help you with that? Hand-eye coordination isn't really my strong suit. An Oni does not concern herself with her allies' placement in battle. Why else do you think I fought on Mount Oe all by myself? Ibaraki. I cannot believe how much consideration she shows to those around her. That's too bad. That's too bad. I was planning to repay your kindness with more Azuki Bean Daifuku, but... Give me that controller. I'll show you what an expert co-op match looks like. Just watching you play a bit is all it took for me to master this paltry game. Soon I shall hear the wailing and lamentations of that Batwoman as she cowers in abject defeat. I swear, Ibaraki's sweet tooth will be her downfall. Oh well, I suppose it's better than getting kicked out since we are Oni after all.
You know, in some places, people say in with Oni, too.
Is that so? I can hardly imagine what sort of nutjobs will want to invite Oni into their own homes. Oh well, I suppose I'll just cheer you all on from back here.
Want to trade with me?
No thanks, Danna-han. I can't drink if I'm holding a controller with both hands now, can I? I'll just watch you all so my drink goes down easier. Make sure you put on a good show for me, Kay? Danna-han? 'Cause if you don't and I get bored, I might just start nibbling on you. Starting with your ears. Good luck out there, okay? If you're gonna invite this many Oni into your home, you'd better be ready to handle us all the way up to the end.
Don't you threaten me with a good time, Shuton. Oh no, all of a sudden, we're losing at the game so hard. We were winning so well. What happened? How could this be? Guess I'm not putting on a very exciting show anymore. Aw, man. And with that, we have finished the story of Setsubun, I think. I don't know if there's going to be more cutscenes. But for now, that's that. Yay! And as you can see, the tower has reset, and it will be harder than before. Yay! Let's get climbing.